Howdy do, buckaroos. While I use my Missouri Beer Fest glass with the hop track on the other side, I'm revisiting one. I don't think I've ever done a video for it, though, oddly enough. Lagunitas Hop Stoopid, which is new to six packs in my neck of the wood. I don't know how long it's been a six packs in your neck of the wood, but I just got it here. 8%, 102 IBUs. This was the first double IPA that I ever had, and I loved it. The very first time I had it, not really knowing what the style was, to be honest, I was like, wow, that's good. I don't know why this one never gets mentioned when they talk about the top IPAs, but I think beer lists are ridiculous anyway. In most cases, they're not really talking about the best. Top 10. They're not talking about the best, like folks want you to believe. They're not talking about the best. They're talking about the most popular. Now, popular and best are two different things. Like your homecoming queen was the most popular, but if she was the best person in school, somehow I doubt it. Or you had a very unusual school, man. So the nose is very interesting on this. Got a lot of herbal and pine notes right away. There's certainly some citrus going on in there. I'm feeling some grapefruit and orange zest right away. There's also some sweetness, almost like a nice honey-like sweetness. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, you know what? I don't know why this one doesn't get talked about. It's not trendy. It's not what folks are doing today because they've been making this for a long time. And it doesn't look like it doesn't look like you have a urinary tract infection like most IPAs tend to look like. That New England style, it looks very unappealing to me. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad. Hey, if you want to try IPA to taste like grapefruit juice or orange juice, more power to you. I personally like a little more dimension, but that's just me. I'm an old school guy. I like an old school beer. And that's what this one is. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the early ones. Not all those cloudy beers are bad. Some of them are good. Some of them are just trying to catch on with the trend. I don't find them visually appealing, and I don't want again I don't want my IPA to taste like juice. If I want juice, I'll drink fucking juice. Anyways, I digress. What I have here is a beer that's beautifully clear. There's beautiful citrus flavors in there. I'm certainly feeling some grapefruit. I'm certainly feeling some fresh orange zest. And you might pick up some other things. There's certainly some pine going on in there, but it doesn't taste like I just poured myself a glass of carbonated juice. And it certainly doesn't look like I just pissed it into a cup, gave it to the doctor, and he knows I've got a urinary tract infection by looking at the damn thing, because that's what those things look like. I mean, they're all nasty and cloudy. Who wants to look at a beer like that? I don't. Anyways, anyway, I don't necessarily set out trying to irritate folks, although sometimes it seems that way. I'm just not afraid to, I guess. I don't give a rat's ass if you're offended or not. That really says more about you than it does me. If you get your knickers in a twist, so that says something about beer you don't like, tells me you're kind of a candy ass. Anyways, yeah, what the hell? No, it's good. I love this beer. I mean, it's a classic. I'm glad they just finally, after all these years, put it in six packs. I like how it changed gears like that. I think it's done well. I think it's done right. Again, I don't know. People ought to drink what they like. So I'm not necessarily you shouldn't enjoy those funky looking beers. What I'm saying is that's not the be all end all. Let's not. I hope I. Some people applaud breweries for hopping on every trend. I'm kind of the opposite. I applaud a brewery for not following the trend, for being themselves all the way. It's like a person having some character. If you're the type of brewery that has to follow every trend and you've never created one, you don't have an identity of your own. So the breweries out there they're just trying to follow everybody else's cue, and maybe you're trying to make it better, maybe you're trying to perfect it, but the fact that you didn't come up with it tells me you lack imagination. So if you're trying to do somebody else's beer better, tells me you lack imagination. You should try to do your own beer and forget what somebody else is doing. Can I fit anybody else? I don't know. I could talk about your mama, I suppose. I'm not gonna do that. I like your mama. It was great last night anyway. Did it see what I did there? Hey, I am trying to bear us for having a Lagunitas Hop Stupid. That may be making me a little stupid right now because there's a lot of alcohol going on here. Hey, I'm trying to bear us for hope you're having a good night. I know